Joins me now from Lansing, Michigan. Governor, good to talk to you. Thanks for joining us tonight. I want to ask you about the primary in just a minute, but you've been listening to the program this evening. Let me ask you, what ails Michigan voters in 2008?
People are mad here because we have unenforced trade agreements and seen unfair trade that has seen our jobs go to Mexico, to China, to India. I'd like to hear any of these candidates talk about what they're going to do to ensure that we don't enter into any more trade agreements that ship our jobs away. That's what those Republican candidates need to be talking about. And that's unfortunately, I'm sad to see that we don't have the full spate of Democratic candidates here, because every one of those Democratic candidates would be talking about how they would enforce trade agreements and only enter into trade agreements that are fair and that don't give away the store.
Has the state Democratic Party, Governor Granholm, done itself a disservice by moving this primary up earlier than February 5th, which was the cutoff date that the National Party said, you go before that, we're going to penalize you?
Well, we're here, we're talking about the economy, we're talking about the things that matter to Michigan citizens. I think that's a good thing. The whole reason why we moved up was so that these issues would be on the front burner, not just of Michigan, but of America. We've been, you know, the Bush administration and the Republicans in Washington have turned a blind eye to Michigan now since the year 2000. I'm so glad that people are here talking about it. And I don't think we would be talking about it nationally if it weren't for the fact that Michigan is now on January 15th. You didn't hear this emphasis on the economy in Iowa. You didn't hear it in New Hampshire, but you're hearing it now because we moved the agenda forward. But you know what? It's not just Michigan. This is happening across the country in other industrial states. That's why we need an industrial policy in this nation that will keep jobs here and that will reinvest and that will retrain people and that will invest in alternative energies. Not just one, two, or three, but all of them are part of the solution.
Do you really think that the new president can do all that?
You bet. And that's why that's what the Democrats are talking about. I personally, I've endorsed Hillary Clinton because as co-chair of the manufacturing caucus in the Senate, she has a very robust manufacturing policy. Other countries are partnering with their manufacturers to provide health care, to provide pensions, to invest in research and development. This country has not done that. That makes our manufacturers uncompetitive. You know what? There are more cars being built in Ontario this year than in Michigan. And they're not going to Ontario because of taxes. They're going there because Ontario, Canada, provides health care. We need the health care solution to make our manufacturers competitive with other countries. That's why we need this attention. We have the most challenged economy in the nation. Michigan does. I'm glad that we moved up. I'm glad that this discussion is occurring. I wish that Obama and Edwards had not proactively removed their names from the ballot. They didn't have to do that, but at least two candidates are still on, and I hope that people vote for Hillary Clinton, frankly.
Governor Jennifer Granholm joining us tonight from Lansing. Governor, thanks very much for being with us. There are lots of new candidates in this. There are lots of new candidates in this election. No one who has been president or vice president is running in the primary.